The moment you stop paying rent or a mortgage, something changes. Not just financially, everything changes. In this video, I am going to show you exactly what that looks like. With real numbers and real properties you can still buy in Canada right now for under $200,000. Let's start with the numbers, because the numbers are where most people underestimate what this actually means. The average CPP payment in Canada right now is approximately $1,364 a month. Add OAS at $713, and a typical retired Canadian couple has close to $4,000 a month coming in before any savings or investments. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Canada is now over $1,500 a month. In most cities, it is closer to $2,000. That means rent alone is consuming between 37 and 50% of a retired couple's entire monthly income, before food, medication, transportation, or anything else. Now remove that number entirely. Own your home outright, and that $4,000 a month becomes yours, completely yours, to allocate however your life actually requires. Property taxes on a modest Canadian home outside a major city typically run between $700 and $2,000 a year. That is $60 to $167 a month. Heat, hydro, and insurance on a paid home might add another $300 to $500. Your total housing cost on a debt-free property in rural Canada can be as low as $400 a month, compared to $1,500 or more in rent. That difference, $1,000 or more every single month, is not a small thing at 65 or 70. It is the difference between a retirement that works and one that requires constant management just to stay even. It is the margin that lets you say yes to a grandchild's visit, to a medical expense, to a week somewhere you have never been. It does not show up in any bank advertisement. It shows up in how you feel on the first of every month. But the financial transformation is only part of what changes. The other part is harder to quantify and more important than most people admit. When you own the land under your home, you do not ask anyone for permission. You do not wait for a landlord to fix the furnace. You do not receive a notice that your lease is not being renewed, or that the building has been sold, or that the new owner is moving in. You plant a garden where you want one. You have a dog if you want a dog. You leave your tools in the garage, and they are there when you come back. You know that when you close the door at night, that door belongs to you. At 65 or 70, that stability is not a luxury. It is the foundation that makes everything else in retirement possible. It is what allows you to build routines, relationships with neighbors, and a sense of place. Things that matter more as you get older, not less. None of that is possible when you are renting. All of it is possible the day you own outright. These are 3 Canadian properties available right now that make this possible. Not in theory, in practice, with real numbers attached. $99,900, Scie, Newfoundland, Baie Verte Peninsula, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1,602 square feet. Freehold, annual property taxes, $350, less than $30 a month. 2 heat pumps installed in 2025. New shingles and windows. New flooring in 2023. New siding and 2 decks in 2024. New fireplace in 2026. Wood stove backup and a generator wired directly into the home. 200 amp electrical service. Municipal water and sewer. Move-in ready. At 65 or 70, owning this property outright means your total housing cost, taxes, heat, hydro, insurance, runs somewhere between $300 and $500 a month. That is what debt-free looks like in real numbers on a real property in Canada right now. The honest trade-off, Scie is a small coastal community in Newfoundland, which means fewer services nearby, and a remote feel that suits some people and not others. Drive through it before you commit. But the property itself is the most updated and most financially complete example on this list. This is for someone who wants to own outright on a pension income and never think about a landlord again. If finding properties like this is useful, consider subscribing. I do this every week, so you don't have to. $169,900, Belledune, New Brunswick. 3 bedrooms on the main floor, 2 more in the basement. 2,170 square feet total. 1.08 acres. Freehold. Annual property taxes, $993. Drilled well. Double detached garage. The square footage at this price is real. 5 bedrooms across 2 levels means room for family, a dedicated workspace, or a basement apartment with its own entrance that could generate rental income over time. Brick exterior, concrete foundation, hardwood and vinyl flooring. The honest trade-offs. Heating is electric baseboard, which in New Brunswick winters runs between $300 and $500 a month from November through April. Confirm the actual bill history with the seller before committing. The garage needs significant work. And Belledune is an industrial community. A zinc smelter operates nearby, which affects the character of the area in ways a price per square foot cannot capture. Visit the town and understand what daily life there actually looks like before you make any decisions. Owned outright at $169,000 with $993 in annual taxes, the carrying cost on this property is manageable on a fixed income, if the heating number fits your budget. This is for someone who needs genuine square footage and land and goes in clear-eyed about the community context. $199,000. Neepawa, Manitoba. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. 876 square feet. Lot 75 by 150 feet with fruit trees. Freehold annual property taxes, $2,130. Municipal water and sewer. High efficiency furnace installed 2015. Central air conditioning 2015. Roof shingles 2015. Hot water tank 2014. All appliances included. 2 storage sheds. At 65 or 70, a home where the furnace, roof, and air conditioning were all replaced within the last 10 years means you are not inheriting a list of expensive repairs in your first years of ownership. That peace of mind has real financial value. It is money you do not have to set aside for emergencies that are not coming. Neepawa is described as a growing community with local amenities and strong community pride. That matters more than people realize when choosing where to spend retirement. A town with an active community is a different daily experience than one in decline. Owned outright, debt-free, at $199,000, with systems already updated and a town that is holding its value. This is a retirement foundation, not just a house. This is for someone who wants stability, updated systems, and small-town Manitoba, living without the uncertainty of aging infrastructure. 3 properties, 3 provinces, 3 different versions of the same decision. The decision to stop paying someone else and start owning something yourself. The math is real, the stability is real, and the properties exist right now. If you want to see 5 cheap Canadian houses with land that are actually worth buying at 65, that video is right here. Make sure your move to the country is actually a good idea.